I hate you.
Oh, I thought you were on the phone. I
No.
stopped and I waited because
I
it sounded like you were on the phone.
finally was like recording and then it happened.
What happened?
You came in. I was like, the
Oh.
cats aren't bothering me. This is my chance.
Well, it was very conversational. I thought you were on the phone. I stopped and I waited and I was like, oh, she's on the phone. Like, talking to
Ah,
you like your friends.
no.
That's a good.
Hey guys, so this is a little mini wrap up for the month of September. I'm doing it a tad bit early because I still have like a week. I think there's like a week left of September still, and I'm finishing up on a couple books, but it turns out I might be having my baby starting in 5 days. Yeah, it's happening. So I might be getting induced on Sunday night. So I figured it's Tuesday. Let's hammer out a September wrap up, maybe a little life update, but that's about it. And then I'm probably going to be a little bit busy, especially his first few weeks in the world. So yeah, let's get this wrap up going. So just to start off with, I discovered NetGalley this last month. Never heard of it until a YouTuber talked about it, mentioned it. I don't remember who it was, but I dove into NetGalley. It's great, it's awesome, it's a cool way to read ebooks of arcs and stuff like that. So when I signed up, I just dove in and was like requesting a bunch of stuff. Didn't really do my research before signing up and getting all crazy with requests. And apparently it's important to have like at least an 80% like approval rating slash reviews sent in. So I didn't realize that. So I sent a bunch of requests, and especially in the beginning when I didn't have any reviews or like a 0%, people were just denying me. So I was like, oh, okay, I'll just like request a bunch of stuff that are like remotely interesting. And then suddenly I realized like, oh, I did some research and I was like, oh, I should have just read like ebooks that you could have read just then. You didn't have to get accepted or put in a request or anything. So I did a couple of those, but then suddenly I'm getting all my requests accepted. And then I have like 15 books to read now. Yeah. But the thing is, like, so NetGalley has it where after the book is released, it can go in archive. And if you requested it and didn't send a review in for it and it goes archived, that's a ding against you. Like, there's nothing you can do about it. So I made a list of all the books I need to read and like when they go archive and stuff. So I think my first one is the first week of October, but I'm almost done with that one, so I feel okay about it. But yeah, NetGalley, amazing. I've enjoyed it so much so far. Most of my reading so far for this month has been NetGalley because I've been trying to catch up after realizing what exactly what you have to do for the website. Yay! So I figured I'd go through all my books, start with the NetGalley stuff first, and then I read 2 physical books, and I'm almost done with one other physical book, and I'm like, I don't know how far I am into the other one, but I'm going to try to finish them hopefully this next 5 days. Anyways, so I believe I mentioned this book in my weekend reading vlog thing. But the very first one I read on NetGalley was a graphic novel called Tales from Behind the Window. It's by, I am gonna butcher her name, Edner Koopman, I want to say. And I gave him 5 stars. I gave it 5 stars. It was great. It was beautifully done. I go more in depth in my vlog if you want to watch that, but really good. So the next book I read from NetGalley was a poetry book, but it was a narrative at the same time. It's called Not Hungry. I gave it 3.5 stars. I thought it was pretty good. Like, I didn't really care for the ending too much, but overall it was pretty decent. It was realistic, and just obviously the main character has an eating disorder, and just her thought processes and stuff, it was realistic. And yeah, but the story was kind of it was okay, and the ending was just kind of cheesy, but it wasn't bad overall. So the next ebook I finished that wasn't NetGalley, but the author contacted me via Twitter, Brian Henry. His book is called I Was a Teenage Ghost Hunter. I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was cute. It reminded me of the Goonies combined with Ghost Adventures type of thing. I believe I talked about it more in my vlog, I want to say, but it was good. I feel like I'm a little too old to fully enjoy it because it's about teens and ghost hunting. So yeah, but it wasn't bad. It was pretty decent. And then the next book I finished was No Judgments by May Cabot. I know a lot of booktubers love this author. I never read anything by her. I believe she did Princess Diaries. Never read it, only watched the movies. So this book I gave 3.5, 4 stars, I believe. It's a really easy read. It's a contemporary romance. The thing that stood out to me that was different was that it takes place during a hurricane, which is interesting. I've never read anything like that before. But my only gripe about it was the romance itself. It's like kind of a hate to love type of thing, but whenever they finally get together, it's just kind of quick and boring, I want to say. Like, there's so much build up and you're just waiting for that moment, and then it gets to that moment and you're just like, it was like a page and it was over. Okay. And then the ending, I liked how it ended and stuff, but it seemed like the hurricane, the whole thing about like this build up to this hurricane is coming, and then it just happens. And then it's like it's over. And then it's the aftermath. And it's kind of like their steamy scene, I want to say. So I was just like, it was okay. But overall, it was a feel-good type of thing. And I enjoyed the characters overall. They weren't too bad. The next book I read from there, this one came out a while ago. I want to say like the end of last year. The physical copy came out or something. I don't remember. But an absolutely remarkable thing by Hank Green. This I gave 4 stars. I thought it was funny and interesting. It's about a girl who finds this transformer statue type thing in New York, and then her and her friends start this whole like vlog type thing, and then it blows up because there's these statue things all over and a bunch of mystery and stuff behind it. I don't want to give much away, but I absolutely did not like the main character whatsoever. She makes it clear, like, oh, you're probably not gonna like me or whatever when she's narrating her story. But yeah, I could not stand her through the whole thing. But the story itself was pretty good because it was it had comedy in it, and it was sci-fi-ish, and the president is a female in it, so that was kind of cool. But the ending was, it was surprising how it ended, and it had some graphic parts, which I wasn't expecting based on like the rest of the story, but overall it was decent. I would recommend it to other people if you like comedy slash sci-fi-ish type things. And it was fairly believable with her because she gets obsessed with like viewership and numbers and likes and everything on social media slash YouTube, like all that stuff. I could totally understand that. Not that I get much, but I could see how people can be obsessive with it. So yeah, 4 stars. Another book from NetGalley that I read, it was like a children's book because I'm gonna be a mom, so I figured I might as well read some children's books because it's interesting. It's called Bruno Has 100 Friends, and it was cute. It was about a bear who finds a cell phone, and he gets obsessed with social media and having friends and being so encompassed in this reality of like social media and likes and all that stuff. And he started ignoring his family and friends and everything. And I believe I talked about this also in my vlog last time. Losing my breath. But it has a great lesson. It works for the times nowadays with kids constantly on their phones, or even adults constantly on their phones. So I really enjoyed it. I believe I gave it like 4 or 5 stars. It was good. It was a good kids book, especially in this day and age with all the gadgets and stuff. So yeah, I read that. Right now, I am about 86%, I want to say, done with this one, but it is called The Good Neighbor by Karen Grant. This book has been really interesting. It's a thriller mystery, kind of like a domestic thriller, I want to say. It takes place in California, and it's about a 14-year-old girl that goes missing and trying to figure out what happened to her, where she went, and then there's just some like weird stuff with neighbors and weird stuff with her parents and her past, and it's pretty good. I'm not 100% sure how it's going to end because it hasn't been predictable whatsoever. Because I think like in the beginning I was thinking, oh yeah, this is probably what's going to happen, but then there's been like 2 or 3 plot twists and you just don't know what's happening. So far right now, I would say it's about a 4.5. Depending on the ending, it might get a higher rating for sure. I definitely plan on finishing this in the next 5 days. So, and my final NetGalley ebook that I'm reading right now, I literally just started it. It's called Never Knew Until You by L.E. Royal. I like the cover a lot. This, I'm like, this caught me off guard too. Like even the very beginning. The main character, she is married to a woman, which is, I like that. But she's getting a divorce. Or she's getting a divorce. And then the part where I'm at, she's on this website for BDSM, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting that route whatsoever, so this might be an interesting one. I'm not sure. I was caught off guard by it, but I literally just started it, and I will definitely post about this once I get this done. I don't think I'm going to finish it within the next week, but this is one that I'm currently reading right now, whenever I'm in between books. So yeah, this... interesting. So my physical reads. Earlier in the month I finished a couple of books, and then one other book that I've been reading for a little bit now, a baby, prepare for baby book. I'm almost at the point to where it goes into about toddlers and stuff, and I'm just gonna stop at that point because I just want to read about newborns in within the first year type of stuff before getting further into more information about toddlers. But baby not related, this month I read The Nobodies by Liza Palmer. This book was okay. This is my first physical ARC I've ever received. I won a contest last month, I want to say. Yeah, maybe last month, from Gabby in Flatiron Books. And yeah, I'm gonna keep it because it's my first ARC for sure. But overall, I was just like meh about it. It wasn't terrible, but it wasn't super memorable. It was just kind of, I don't know, just down the middle type of thing. Like about a woman in her late 30s starting a new career pretty much, but she's like a reporter slash investigator type, and she's super suspicious about everything. So she starts this working at this new company who is like, it's the company part of the book just cracked me up because it's so like hipstery and so Google and just everything about it. You'd have to read it. But yeah, she's suspicious of the company, so she does research with some of her friends that she made at the company, and stuff happens. I don't want to spoil anything, but I didn't really care for her, the main character. She just was, I don't know, not super grateful about anything. It felt and just super suspicious. So I was just, I just, by halfway point, I was just wanting it to be done with because it was kind of repetitive and like not a whole lot was happening, and I don't know. The ending was okay overall, but I felt like she didn't learn anything. She kind of did, but I don't know. I just didn't feel connected to her whatsoever. I did in the beginning, but towards the middle and end, I was just like, eh. But I gave it 3.5 stars. The next book I read, this was my 5-star easily for the month. Like, it was so good. Behind Her Eyes by Sarah Pinborough. Wow. There's been so much hype about this book for like a couple years now, and I get it. There are so many twists, and it was not predictable whatsoever. Like, you're reading it and you finally get to the point where you're like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm following. Yeah, this is okay, whatever. I get the story. But then up until like the last 2 pages, you're just like, what? Like, mind blown. Wasn't expecting how it ended whatsoever. I really enjoyed this book a lot. I burned through this book real quick too because of it. Yeah, it's about a married couple, and the husband cheats on the wife with this other lady, and then somehow the mistress and the wife end up being friends, and I don't want to spoil anything, but weird stuff starts happening, and it's such a thriller, and there's like some I want to say fantasy, some mystical type stuff, like just weird. I've never read this type of stuff before, but so good. Highly recommend this book. I mean, I'm probably like the last person on this planet that hasn't read this, but so good. I'm really interested in reading the rest of her stuff for sure because, wow. Hi guys, it's editing Christina. I was going through my video and I realized I forgot to mention 2 books that I finished. Real quick, one of the NetGalley books, it was another NetGalley book, graphic novel I finished was Mooncakes by Suzanne Walker and Wendy Zhu. I gave that 4 stars. It was really cute. It's been super popular on BookTube. Yeah, you can see it there. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It was different. I don't know. I didn't know what to expect. I like witchy stuff and things like that, so I thought it was cute. But overall, it wasn't bad. It was an easy read, but it's about a witch and her love interest is a werewolf, not part werewolf, and they need to kill off some demon monster thing that's in the forest. Yeah, I had no idea what it was really about, but I saw it all over booktube, I think a couple months ago, and had to read it, and yeah, it was super cute. And then another book that I read, it was a physical copy, but it was a library book, so that's why I totally spaced on it, but Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I gave this 4 stars. I enjoyed it. It's about a girl. I'm sure you've heard about this multiple times from people. It's popular also on booktube. But it's about a girl who's down on her luck and needs a job, and then finds an ad for like pretty much apartment sitting. And they have really weird, strict rules there, and just weird people, and some just strange stuff happens. So I really enjoyed it. I was kind of paranoid it was going to go a certain route, and it turned me off of it at first, but I'm happy it didn't go that route, and it went almost a more realistic route, and it made it a little bit better for me. I gave it a higher rating. In the beginning, there's a part where it was kind of predictable, so I like figured that out real quick. But the very end, like how everything summed up, I guess you can say, it wasn't predictable, and I actually really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the characters and just everything about it. So I forgot to mention those two, so sorry about that. So the baby book that I've been reading and taking notes in, I mentioned this in my last month stuff and other things, but Crib Sheet by Emily Oster. Tabbing it up, of course, and I'm like halfway through. I'm to the point to where she's talking about breastfeeding and stuff, and I'm gonna extensively read this stuff because and yeah, I'm gonna stop probably at part 3 with the from baby to toddler section, because I don't want to read that part yet. He just needs to get here first before I start reading toddler stuff. But yeah, I have quite a bit to go, but pretty sure I'm gonna knock that out before the baby gets here. The last book that I'm currently reading is Baby Love, which I've shown before as being on my TBR, by Rebecca Walker. I pretty much just started this. It's pretty good. I like her writing style for sure, and I would like to get into this more, but this is kind of on the back burner of my books right now. But with Sunday coming up, and if I make it to Sunday and they induce me and stuff, it can be a long process, the doctor said, so I can have plenty of time to read and watch TV and stuff. So I'm probably gonna bring that book probably, or definitely bring my Kindle Fire or Kindle or whatever to read some of my NetGalley books. So one random update, I don't know if anyone's heard of book sweeps, but I entered in some contest for it for the mystery thriller ebooks, and I magically won. I don't win anything, I swear. And I ended up winning a Kindle Fire 7, which is awesome. I got this book cover myself, but I think it's pretty cool. It's free, so heck yeah, I'll take it. And it's been actually really helpful for reading all of the NetGalley stuff and keeping up with it. Because yeah, I like my Kindle Paperwhite, but for some reason I read faster and I can read more with this. So I'm really happy I won this. I'm so thankful for book sweeps. for this. And then also, in addition to this, you get a bunch of publishers and authors contacting you, sending you free copies of their books. Granted, it's like people I've never heard of and stuff, but it's a free freaking book. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of my video. Those are all the books I read, and so that's my little mini wrap up. Yeah, I'm gonna be obviously taking some time off of making videos and taking a break from posting stuff probably. I'm gonna try to still post stuff on my Instagram and probably Twitter, so follow me if you want to keep up with my baby journey, because now we're officially on baby watch. Yeah, and I'll keep that up to date because that I can do, but filming and then editing and stuff, it's a lot, so we'll see. So if you're at all interested in my life or interested in book stuff and want to discuss, subscribe, give this a like. If not, that's okay. I understand. It's all right. But yeah, I hope everyone else is doing okay. And I will, next time you see me, I will have a little one here in this nursery. I'll show it real quick. So here's a little bit of the nursery. There's a swing and all this stuff. Car seat, stroller, chair, a bunch of diapers, a bunch of stuff. But again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys later.